of Soweto.
You grew up in it. Welcome back to our viewers in Asia and to those of you watching from around the world. This is World Report. I'm Pauline Chu in Hong Kong.
We have won.
Russian Prime Minister Vladimir Putin hasn't officially won Sunday's presidential election, but the preliminary results show he has an unbeatable lead over his four challengers. Official results could be known as early as Monday. Activists say the Syrian military turned its weapons on the town of Rastan on Sunday. They say it was hit by rocket fire and that at least 5 children were killed. An opposition group says at least 59 people died in violence across Syria on Sunday. A string of explosions in the Republic of Congo on Sunday killed 123 people and wounded about 2,000 others, filling hospitals beyond capacity. The blasts were caused by a fire at an ammunition depot in Brazzaville. Authorities say a short circuit may have sparked that fire. On Sunday, U.S. President Barack Obama addressed a pro-Israel lobbying group. On Monday, he will sit down with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The two will discuss Iran's suspected nuclear weapons program. The president hasn't ruled out a military strike against Iran's nuclear plans. Venezuelan President Hugo Chavez says he's facing cancer treatment again following a recurrence of the disease. Mr. Chavez says doctors in Cuba removed the tumor last week. He says he's already started physical therapy and will soon begin radiation. The Venezuelan leader has also pledged to run for re-election this October. The speculation is over at Stamford Bridge. Chelsea has sacked manager Andre Villas-Boas one day after the football club's defeat in the Barclays Premier League. The 34-year-old native of Portugal had been on the job for less than a year. Well, Chinese leaders are about to start their annual party meeting in Beijing in about 30 minutes from now. Premier Wen Jiabao will open the legislative session of the National People's Congress, and we're just getting word that he will announce some important economic targets. Advanced copies of his speech say Wen will set an inflation target this year of 4% and a growth target of 7.5%. Well, this past weekend, a village east of Hong Kong offered a stark contrast to the centralized power that's become so ingrained in China. The village of Wukan held open elections and voted for its own leadership, largely free of Communist Party interference. Now, this was a concession won by the locals who held angry protests over government land seizures. And for one young woman, the vote is not just about free elections, it's really about honoring the memory of her father. Stan Grant has the story.
Sui Jianwan sees herself in her father, what he started and died for. The dutiful daughter aims to finish. I'm running for election because the villagers want me to, she says, but I also think of my father. I want to do something for him. Sui, like thousands of others in her village of Wukan, is taking a step towards what she hopes is a new future. It's election day here, a day promised and now delivered. It's been a hard road. Wukan captured world attention with violent protest. Locals accused officials of stealing their land and selling it to developers. For weeks, the village was in lockdown. Then the Communist Party blinked, offering a deal to end the protest, and the villagers elect their own representatives. This is a fairer election than what we had before, this lady says. That's why we come out. We have to vote. This is the only way. Well, there are two things here. One, that people are able to line up and freely cast their ballot. The other, that I'm able to stand here and tell you about it. The media is free to cover this event. Some are already talking about the Wukan effect, more freedom throughout China. But critics say this is all for show, that the party retains a tight grip.
Yeah.
What was the problem?
There was no problem.
An American embassy official arrived unannounced for a first-hand look. His was an uncomfortable presence. He left within minutes.